Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to my business page and another episode of Go Live with Anita. And today I'm honored to have one of my business partner from California, and her name is Lucy Zhang. And before I bring on Lucy, let me introduce myself. And I'm Anita from Vancouver, BC, and I am also a mother of two, and I used to own my piano store. And last year, I start to dive into this online space. And right now, I am a very happy online business mentor. So let's bring on Lucy. Lucy, can you introduce yourself to our
Yes.
audience?
Hello, everyone. So glad that I get to be invited here. And thank you, Anita, for inviting me to this live. My name is Lucy Tseng, and I am originally from Taiwan. And I am so excited about today's interview. And the reason for that is because I have just started this last July. And
Mm,
so let me just give you a little background about myself. So I have been living in California for about 40 years. I originally
mhm,
from Taiwan. I came to the US. And I am an early childhood educator for over 24 years. And the
mhm.
reason for that is because I find education, teaching young children are very rewarding. Every day is different. And I just fall in love with this age group. And I felt like if I can support their growth and really meet the needs of these next generations, it will only do good for our world. And
Yes.
that's how it started. And plus, I love kids. And so one thing about my job is I'm still very passionate about it, and I'm still working full time as right now. But recently, I started a digital online business, and it is something totally game changer. And I would like to
Mhm.
talk to you a little bit more about later. But thank you
Yeah.
for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you, Lucy. Yeah, I'm so happy to have you here and really love to hear your story. As you mentioned, you are early child educator, and I believe it's a very meaningful job. And especially if you love kids, you got to shape them, help them to grow, and that's a very very meaningful job. But I really want to know what
Mhm.
inspired you to start this digital business.
Okay, that's a really good question. So, like I said, teaching is my passion,
Mhm,
and since I've been working for so long in the district for over 25 years, that I still enjoy doing that very much. But one thing is, I feel that's missing is flexibility for my schedule.
mhm.
Second thing is, I start to get overwhelmed with all the paperwork. Plus, I feel burnout. And the
Mm,
reason why I say that is because an early childhood teacher, um, I would say 80% of the time you're prepping, you're preparing for lesson
mhm,
plan, for paperwork, for things that you document each child's growth, and that
mhm,
take a lot of time. And then plus you setting up the classroom, and that's basically halfway there. So so a lot of things that I do for meeting the children's needs, I really have to prep them and take a lot of time. So besides Monday to Friday I work, I also bring work from work to home. So
mhm,
that really take away my space in terms of recharging during the weekend, doing what I love to do, which is singing, dancing,
mm,
and doing arts, and spend time with my family. And I
mhm,
think because of that, it take away from what I supposed to feel that it should balance my life. And
mhm,
so that has been happening ever since I started it. And it's not like that's something that I regret that I do. I love my work. So I every time when I put in my time in, I enjoy every bit of it. But it's just
mhm,
really crowding my life. And I felt like I'm feeling deprived for the time that I need for myself. So
yes,
so I started looking for passive income. And
mhm,
that was something that kind of started probably 10 years ago. And
mhm,
once I get busy, I really didn't have the time to look for things that kind of prep me. And the other thing is I'm very close to my retirement. So I would
mhm,
like to look for something that actually will support me after my retirement, and maybe I get to retire early. So
Mhm.
that was the motivation what I wanted to start with digital online business. And the way
Mhm.
how it started is I actually saw an ad on YouTube. And when I first saw it, I was kind of skeptical because I felt like it seemed like it's so wonderful and there were so many
Mhm.
scans out there. So I'm not really quite sure about it. And then plus, I didn't have any business background. So then
Mhm.
after 2 months, because I was skeptical, I wasn't taking any action. After 2 months, I saw another ad. And it just
Mhm.
happened that the person who was on the ad was actually my current coach. And
Mhm.
she had two other family with her, and their story really resonated with me and really touched me deeply. And then that's how I take the leap of faith and join this digital online business.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for sharing your story, and I can hear that you actually really love your job, but
Yes.
yeah, to a point that it's burning you out and take away the freedom and time that you can
Hmm.
do whatever you like and time
Yes.
that with your family. I believe that resonant with a lot of people.
Hmm.
I have interviewed so many different business partners. They are nurses,
Hmm.
teachers. They all love their job, but the job kind of take away and become the priority of their life. And
Correct.
where we start to we think about, is it what we want for our life?
Hmm.
Is it all because of what we need to do for our job? So we have to sacrifice time with our family, time to enjoy something that we like. And for me, I started this online business with a similar note. I need
Hmm.
the time freedom with my children. And
Correct.
even though I used to own my piano store, then after I left my business, I got an opportunity to get interview with one of the biggest company in Vancouver here for the
Hmm.
laser scene. And I really like that kind of job,
Hmm.
medical treatment, all the treatment and beauty stuff. But I remember that they came down after 3 hours work shadowing. I was shaking my head and say, God, I pray that, if this is not right for me, take it away from me because I don't think I can do it anymore. Stay in one small space, work
Yeah.
for like, 9 to 5. They still have like time clock system that you have
Oh,
to
the
clock
old
in,
traditional
clock
one.
out
Yeah.
on time, very traditional.
Hmm.
And for me, it's tough because I have two young teenagers and they are very actively involved in volleyball tournaments and games.
Hmm.
And I was thinking, okay, if I go to work, who's going to manage all of that? And once I go to work, I cannot attend any field trips, any camps that my kids, attend, which I used to do a lot of those. So to a point that I say, you know what, I don't think I can go back to a 9 to 5 job. I really need something that's flexible. I think this is what a lot of people come into this business for, because you can work anytime, anywhere you want, as long as you have a Wi-Fi, you have your, phone or computers, you can work anywhere.
Hmm.
So I think that's one of the big thing that most of our business partner enjoying this business is we can have the time freedom, and we can be our own boss, and we can say when we want to work and how much we want to work each day. And
Exactly.
yeah, I think that's really resonant with me, and that's how I also get started into this business, digital business. So you did mention about seeing those ads from the beginning, you're kind of skeptical. So
Right.
I want to ask about, the second question. How was your experience when you started this business? Are you feeling worry, or you feeling support, because you're kind of coming from a skeptical mind and then you
Right.
decided to join it? What is your experience from the beginning?
Honestly, I think when I first started, I was very nervous because like anyone that you can relate to is when you're going to something that is unknown, you're scared and
Yes.
you kind of doubt yourself whether you're able to do the job, you know.
Yeah.
And plus there was $149 that was to enter this business. And then I said to myself, I say, you know what? It is part of a growing process because myself, I can tell you really through all the experience that I have in teaching is I'm
Mhm.
very open-minded and I'm very dedicated, very determined. So I always enjoy learning new things. So I think that was
Mhm.
one of the highlight where I felt like I feel the confidence in that. And that's also the reason that pushed me wanted to
Mhm.
do this, even though I'm scared and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to go into and whether I'm going to be successful, whether this is something that is waste of time. But I did tell myself, if you don't try it, you never know.
You
And
never
you're
know.
going to always think about, well, what if I did? What if something did happen and actually it's being successful? So,
Mhm.
so that's how I went into it. So, and I was actually very lucky because when I got in, the mentor that I have, she was wonderful. She
Mhm.
stepped in every, I would say every week, even on a daily basis, she would check in with me.
Mhm.
And that was a time that I actually needed support because when you come into this digital online business and you don't know anything about it, you need somebody to guide you along the way. So she
Mhm.
was there, I would say 100% of the time. And plus the coach was there. So we actually had a weekly meeting and
Mhm.
that really calms my nerve. And I felt so
Mhm.
comfortable. I felt like I'm not here by myself. I'm not alone. And
Mhm.
so I'm so grateful for her because without her, I'd probably be lost in this. And like I also want to mention is this digital online business is like not like any other. None of that I have any experience with other one. But
Mhm.
people who are entrepreneur, when you start something new, you don't have the knowledge. You have to go find the resource. You might have to pay a large amount of money to get your
Mhm.
website, and then you're not even sure if you're going the right direction. And because you need
Yes.
someone to guide you. And with this business, what I enjoy the most is beside the mentor and the coach, is the community. So you don't
Yes.
feel alone. You actually feel so welcome. And people are
Mhm.
so kind and they're there to support you. And plus, knowing that this digital online business is global, is proven, which it
Mhm.
kind of saved me a lot of time being just,
Exactly.
the regular entrepreneur to go and discover your life and then try to build your business. So after being feeling nervous, I actually felt wonderful. So that
Mhm.
was my
Yes.
experience with this. Yeah.
That's great. I totally agree with you. I think this is a really well-rounded, well-packaged business platform that give
Hmm.
everything that you need to be successful in this online space.
Right.
I actually did some other investigation before I came into this
Oh.
online business. Yeah, I
Hmm.
did look into like, affiliate marketing, as you mentioned before. I was
Hmm.
thinking to take some affiliate marketing courses. And
Hmm.
as you mentioned, all of these courses and all the support that you actually need, you have to
Right.
pay for it. You
Yeah.
have to pay for one-on-one mentorship time, consultation time. But
Hmm.
here, we pay the $149. You get all the one-on-one mentorship, and you have coaches, and you have this world-class training, simple, easy, step-by-step video training that we have access, and it's constantly updating. And
Hmm.
we also get this mastermind training as well.
Right.
So as you mentioned, it's when you came here, yes, you feel worried because you have self-doubt, you are
Yes.
new to this online space, you don't have any idea what you're doing. I felt the same way when I came in. But
Hmm.
along the way, once you step into the business, you start to have your mentor, you have a group of business partner, that like-minded people that
Hmm.
work alongside with you and supporting you. And I think that's how every one of us, actually, the more we into the business, the more we enjoy and love the business, because you feel the support. And entrepreneurship is not easy. We have so many
Right.
challenges, we
Yeah.
have to face so many difficulties. But here in this online platform, you actually get support along the way. You never feel alone, to be honest.
Right.
Lucy
And
just said.
I do want to add one thing is that
Mhm.
there are challenges because when you're learning
Yes,
something that's totally new, but one thing is that I gained so much guidance from my mentor and coach is that along the way, this is going to become your business. So you
exactly.
have to be the boss eventually. So when you have questions, I mean, they're always there to support you. But when you have
Yeah.
questions, what I have learned is you have to be able to problem solve. You have to be
Yeah.
resourceful. You have to look for answer. And if you
Hmm.
don't, it's okay. You have all these community people that who support you, plus your mentor and coach. So it's a win-win situation for me. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, one thing I want to put on the side note is me and Lucy never knew each other.
Yeah,
We
we don't know
also
each
did this online space. We both joined a 10-month challenge for our
Yes.
business. And then I just shout out and asking, hey, anyone want to do an interview? Lucy, here I am. I
Yay.
want to do it. So you can feel the support from the community really. Anytime you need
Yes.
any help, you want to interview anyone or you have questions,
Mhm.
you always got support from the community. This is what we really enjoy and like about this business. And I think, from my experience is I never actually been to in one of the organization is like that always have the culture and mindset that being there for somebody else. And we are always saying in our business, we always to be the one that to give first. We
Yes.
always give. We are not taker. We are giver.
We're a
And
giver.
that's also, yeah, we are like, this is the thing that I really love about this community and this business. We are all giver and we are not taker. But we know that when we are able to give, the result and everything will come back to you like
Correct.
multiple times. Yeah.
And together we're better because
Yeah,
that's how we are driving. Like everybody's on this path, have the same goal is to reach
exactly.
their destination. So we're there to support each other. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. I want to know what advantages have you unlocked through running this online business?
So what I have mentioned before, the advantage beside the support,
Mm,
ongoing support, is that when I first started my Facebook, that was my one of my platform that
mm,
I created, my Facebook business page. One thing is when I started, no one knows who I am because even though I do have my personal page, I do invite people from my friends who are on Facebook group. I only have very few likes and I also
mm,
have few followers, and that was about it. So to me, is I'm building the foundation from ground zero,
yes.
and I was very determined to make sure that I follow through the training step by step. And I wasn't hurrying about getting this process, but in my mind, I'm like, come on, I need to do this. I need to do this. So I have a lot of motivation, a lot of drive. And I also tell myself that you have to do step by step. I have to follow through. So the advantages beside Anita has mentioned about mastermind, about training and all that stuff. I utilize a lot of those strategy to
Mm,
post on my Facebook business
yes.
page. And
Yes.
it's been wonderful because like I said, when you first step into posting, you are scared. But you know what?
Exactly.
Practice makes perfect. Practice
Exactly.
actually help you build self-confidence and then you put yourself out there. So I really enjoy making that step where I can show people who I am so then they can
Mhm.
feel comfortable with me and they can trust me. And that's how you build your business because it's people skill. It's making
Yes.
that connections that's most important. And it's not like we're selling a product, we go to door or anything. It's something that we wanted to people to resonate with our experience, what we're going through. And
Mm,
so knowing your why, that's what we
mm,
also call it, is to know what is driving force behind your digital online business. And so the advantage having been put myself out there in this platform, it really helped me be able to use a strategy and put into action because like
yes.
I mean, like Anita was saying that when you have the thoughts, when you have the right mindset, when you put it
Mhm.
out there, that goes to your attitude, that goes towards your action. And so you're following through that, you're basically taking what you learn and you put it into practice. And that is a great advantage to help you build your business. And that's how I
Mm,
got into that. And due to a daily posting and doing live, I was able to gain so many followers and likes, and people even share my page. And
yes.
so to me, that was just tremendously surprisingly, but at the same time, I felt like, you know what, I earned it because I
Yes.
put in my hard work. So,
Yes.
so I would say that's a big advantage. And then just, being really in tune into all the training, all listening to people who have successful story, people who are sharing their knowledge
Mhm.
and thing that will help you push your business. I think those are ongoing, just like you had mentioned about, this ongoing training that we've been given for 149. I mean, where can you find that kind of
Exactly.
um, yeah, you just can't. I mean, this is a life given. That's why I felt so grateful to be having this opportunity to do what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, totally resonant with you. I think I would also mention this business. It
Hmm.
is helping us to discover ourselves. I
Yes,
don't know how you feel it about this
I
saying.
totally agree. Personal growth. Yeah.
Yeah, personal growth and self discovery. And
Yes.
through this journey, you learn so many things, so much about mindset, skill sets,
Hmm.
everything. And then you start to actually explore
Yes.
explore more possibilities for yourself.
Right.
And as you mentioned, maybe from the beginning you were very shy and you don't know how to do go live, and everything is
Yeah.
kind of like kind of like you have to step away from your comfort zone. It's not
Hmm.
easy, but
Hmm.
in this community we do it together. I remember
Yes.
my first 90-day go live challenge was last, I think, March, where
Oh.
Aranet, coach Aranet, started it in mastermind. So
Hmm.
our small, like, our Chinese community group, we start to do the 90 days go live.
Hmm.
And yes, it's challenging from the beginning. From someone that really shy away from the camera, we don't want to, like, I remember I asked my coach when I do the coaching call, do I
Uh-huh.
really have to do the videos? I don't like videos. Can I not to do any videos when I do my ads? And he
Yeah.
just asked me, he just tell me, it's your business, you do
Yeah.
whatever you want, you don't have to do
Exactly.
video.
Hmm.
But today, if I tell you that video will get you the most effective, audience, attraction,
Yes.
would you want to try it? So I think this question had really shake me, okay, yeah, if maybe it's time for me really step outside of my comfort zone. And when I am willing to take that step, I
Hmm.
found that actually I have a huge support. We have lots of resources. We have people that behind us, and we have mentor, your business partner. Everyone is doing it alongside with you. And I think that's the benefit of being in this online space, and particularly this business platform, is the
Hmm.
people around you. And the support that you get is, I think, is like unbelievable. I wouldn't know what kind of word I use to describe this kind of
Yeah.
support that I got from the our community, our mentor and coaches. And I think that's something that really helping us to grow in our self discovery journey. Yeah.
And also, like you mentioned about self-discovery, because we
Hmm.
found out that we actually had the potential. It's all in
Exactly.
us. We just didn't know about it. And now we're discovering that. I mean, just wonderful. I mean, just wonderful.
Yeah, I remember we always say we meet every day we meet a better self. I think
Yes,
I really testify to this every day.
I agree
I'm
with
learning
you.
something so different, so new. It doesn't matter mindset or skill set. I just
Right.
seeing a better self every single day. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Last question I have for you is, what words of wisdom would you share with someone that who wants to start an online business?
Okay. I think most important thing that I have learned through this experience is the mindset. I think um, if we were to continue using the same old pattern in the
Mm.
past, then we're going to hit the roadblock. We're probably going to be feeling stuck. So one
Yes.
thing is the mindset is very important. Second thing is whenever you feel self doubts, I think one thing you want to tell yourself that every step that you have made, whether they're big or small, they're little victory. And
Mm-hmm.
that is something that should motivate you and feel like, you know what, I did that really well. I can do this again. And so you do want to put that aside and don't let your fear kind of stop you from doing and to reach your dream. That's most important. And then I think
Mm-hmm.
also the other part that I also enjoy very much beside the mindset is that you do want to put that in actions. Everything
Yes.
that we want in our life to better our life or better our family's life is it's something that start with your mindset, and you wanted to write them down. You want to put plans on paper. Once you
Mm-hmm.
have that, you hold yourself accountable for doing those
Yes.
steps and then put it into action. And never
Mm-hmm.
doubt yourself because, like I said, every step counts for you to help you to reach that goal. So that's most
Exactly.
important that I always believe in. And every morning, believe it or not, I start this morning affirmation. It just
Mm.
get me into that zone of feeling this is what I'm going to go forward with today, and this is what I'm going to do, and not to think so much about okay, 6 months later, a year later, what will happen to me. You just focus on one step at a time, and then
Yes.
celebrate those victory. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your advices, and I think yeah, you mentioned about faith over fear. I think a lot of people when they think about starting an online business, they
Hmm.
always start to worry. They
Yeah.
have self doubt. They doubting about so much scam in this online space. I would recommend anyone that would like to start an online business at least take that faith,
Yes.
at least try and
Right.
do your own due diligence and try to look into everything possible. You can come into our business and pay the $149 and we give
Hmm.
you everything you need. You can come with your fine combs, go through every single small details, ask
Yes.
any question in the coaching call. And I think that's a really good way for you to actually find out whether this business is for you or
For
not.
you.
Instead of
Exactly.
doubting and letting this opportunity just pass by your door. And I think that's what I would encourage people that would like to start online business to do. Take the, first step, at
Yeah.
least to do the investigations with,
Hmm.
complete open mind, I would say.
Right.
You need to have open mind. Don't bring in a lot of like past knowledges and experience into
Right.
this completely new space which you may not have any experience with,
Hmm.
but at least come and look. And I remember when I did one of the interview with coach Karen and Chris,
Hmm.
this is what Chris encouraged Karen to do. Just look, come and see. It
Yeah.
doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, well, it costs you 149 to see, but you can always ask for refund after
Hmm.
you really investigate and don't think this is right for you. We gladly refund you the money. But at least we want you to have the opportunity to investigate this
Hmm.
business opportunity for yourself. And as Lucy said, every time when you do something, you have to take that leap of faith. You have to actually take that first step. Otherwise, your dream is always a dream. It will
Yes.
never turn into reality if you
You're right.
never take that step. And you will never know until you try it,
And
right?
they try it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And we are the example. When I finally take uh, that leap of faith after 2 months, and I'm so glad that I did. And I think
yes,
that's the best decision I ever made. So,
yeah,
you just have to believe in yourself and do that, and then find
yeah.
out for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then do it every, small steps along the way.
Yeah.
Don't give yourself too much pressure. Just, chop it up. That's a big long journey, but you can
Yes.
always focus in the small steps and celebrate each small wins. It will help
Yes.
you to actually stand firm and walk, forward with this journey. Yeah.
Mhm. Thank
Yeah,
you so
today.
much, Anita, for inviting me. I had so much fun today, and I hope our audience can gain this knowledge and then also gain this experience that we share that help them determine their decision, and hopefully we'll get to see them in the near future.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you so much for your time, Lucy. And
Thank
if
you.
you have
Thank
any
you.
question about our online business opportunity, you're welcome to email or send a message to Lucy or myself, and we
Yes.
are more than happy to answer any question you may have and to help you to look into this online business opportunity if it is something for you. So
Yes.
thank you for everyone's time today, and I'm honored to have Lucy. Thank you for your time being my
Thank
guest
you.
today. Yeah, and we hope this episode will be helpful for you. All right,
Yes.
we'll see you next time. Bye
See
for
ya.
now.
Bye.
Bye.